Alright everybody, well, welcome back to yet another episode prediction video for this week's up-and-coming episode of The Walking Dead. This is Season 8, Episode 3, entitled Monsters. Now, I do have to do this fast, I do have somewhere to be, but nonetheless, we have a promo, we have 2 sneak peeks to go over, 1 sneak peek being a Talking Dead exclusive, but I will try to find a link and leave it for you guys in the description below. Now, if you guys want to follow along on AMC.com, there also is a link down there as well. You guys can follow along to the synopsis. I'm going to read it, and we're going to talk about the promo, and we're going to talk about the sneak peeks. It's going to be fun, all right? So, Season 8, Episode 3, entitled Monsters. Synopsis is as follows. Conflict with the Saviors leads to unintended consequences for the Hilltop, the Kingdom, and Alexandria. Morality proves tricky in wartime. Alright, so that's basically all we got. That's the synopsis, alright? So basically, there's consequences for the Hilltop, Kingdom, Alexandria, morality, that being, you know, should I kill this guy, or, you know, did I really have to kill this guy? You know, is that morally correct to do, you know, for example, is tricky while in war. You know what I mean? When you're fighting back and forth and you're in an actual war between 2 groups, you know, it's kind of tricky to have those morals still about you, which is totally true. So with the synopsis, in all honesty, conflict with the Saviors leads to unintended consequences. Conflict being probably, well, the war, for one at least. But the conflict I'm thinking is probably between Morgan, you know, Jesus, Tara, and their group that were basically taking those Saviors hostage, if you will. They surrendered, you know, the Saviors surrendered. And there's probably a little bit of conflict there on the road as well, so I'm guessing that's probably what it means by conflict with the Saviors as well as the war in general. And in the sneak peek for Talking Dead, actually, they were basically walking down the road, and the guy that killed Ben, you know, the kid from the Kingdom back in Season 7, Morgan is basically wearing his armor now, and this guy was basically just talking shit, you know, saying your armor's kind of small. Wait, are you actually wearing the dead kid's armor? It obviously didn't do anything for him because, you know, he's dead now and everything like that. Morgan turned on him, basically, and I think pointed a gun to his chest or something like that. And that's when walkers started rolling down the hill to their left. So the hill is basically filled with walkers. They're all coming down right now. And in all honesty, if they want to survive, they're probably going to have to work together, including the Saviors, in all honesty. So we will definitely see how that goes over. But, you know, there's obviously tension there with Morgan and the guy who killed Ben. Rightfully so, you know. And I feel like he's going to snap, probably kill him this episode. I would bank on it, you know, I would guess. But for right now, I feel like they probably should try to survive against the walkers. You know, are the Saviors going to take this opportunity to maybe flee, you know, when they're fighting the walkers? That could very well be as well. So we'll definitely have to go ahead and see. Now for the promo, it was kind of all over the place, in all honesty. There was a lot of things going on. You know, we have Daryl, again, clearing out the same building I believe he was in. Morales holding Rick at gunpoint and everything like that, saying that he's going to get them to Negan. We don't really hear much else from Morales there in that promo. We're doing the sneak peek. The sneak peek is actually on Rick and Morales and them talking, or rather Morales talking. Rick didn't really say anything, but nonetheless, we have Ezekiel saying we will not lose one of our ranks, just being King Ezekiel, you know, just assuring everybody that they are going to be fine, right? And we have action pretty well everywhere, you know, honestly. It looks really good. I cannot wait. I don't know if we're going to get to see Negan. It doesn't really look like it from the promo. It doesn't really look like we're going to see Negan or the Sanctuary or any of that this episode. So we will definitely go ahead and see. But the monster title, I believe, either refers to, you know, the walkers, obviously. But I also believe it refers to the Saviors, but at the same time, it could also refer to, you know, the Alliance, right? Alexandria, Hilltop of the Kingdom, them being monsters, you know, clearing out all their outposts and everything like that. But obviously, you know, Saviors are much worse. You know, well, I don't even know. Honestly, I'm conflicted. Truly am. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Saviors are bad. Definitely bad. So I'm guessing it probably refers to them as well. So monsters, honestly, the title monsters could really refer to anybody at this point in the show, right? The walkers, you know, Sanctuary, the Saviors, or, you know, the actual survivors, right? So it could go either way, in my opinion. So the promo looks pretty good. We have, like I said, action, them walking down the road as well. Again, Rick and Morales. We have King Ezekiel there as well, you know, talking to everybody. Daryl is obviously still in the same building as Rick and Morales, so that's going to be interesting. Is he going to maybe run into them, get behind Morales? You know, what's going to happen there? But in my personal opinion, the best part of what we've seen so far, you know, the sneak peek being the best little snippet that we've seen from this week's up-and-coming episode of The Walking Dead, is the sneak peek in which Morales is basically talking to Rick, basically saying, you know, I know you. You're the type of man, you know, to jump in, you know, and risk his life, right, for everybody. And he basically says, you know, what are you doing here? What are you trying to get done? Rick doesn't say anything at all. He calls that out, obviously. And he basically just says, you know, we're not meant to necessarily kill you or King Ezekiel or Maggie, you know, for that matter, you know, but we're supposed to take you alive and get you to Negan, right? That's the ultimate goal. But if it happens, it happens. That's basically what he puts out on the table, which is just really weird, you know, because like I said before, when I seen Morales coming back to The Walking Dead, you know, when I predicted that time and time again, I didn't think he would come back as like a bad character, you know what I mean? And chances are, if he does come back as this bad character and he doesn't flip sides or, you know, anything like that, chances are he's going to die pretty quickly, in all honesty, which would kind of suck, honestly. It really would. You know, all this hype building up to his return, you know, since season 1 when he was actually a good guy and, you know, he was with Rick and he was part of that group, the Atlanta crew. It would just be really weird, you know, seeing him, you know, pretty well immediately die upon his return. You know, it really would. It would be kind of cool for him to stick around, at least for a little bit, you know. And I don't really see him doing that as a savior, especially the position he's in right now, because he does look dominant with a gun, right? But he's pointing it at Rick. And that's not necessarily the greatest freaking thing you can do. You know, you point a gun at Rick, you're literally asking for yourself to get killed, right? Rick's the main character of the show. Spoiler alert, he's not dying. You know what I mean? So chances are he's either going to flip sides, right? Rick's going to maybe talk him into it or, you know, something along those lines. Or, you know, he's just going to feel an obligation to help the guy that he first, you know, was with, right? Or he's going to die. You know, it could be. Like I said, Daryl is still in that same building, right? Clearing out rooms and stuff like that on the other side of things. And he could make his way over to Rick, you know, noticing that Rick is not coming back or anything. He could make his way over, you know, get up behind Morales and everything like that. And who knows, maybe Morales seeing Daryl there as well, still at Rick's hand, would further convince him, you know, that, wow, maybe this is a good play. Maybe I should switch sides, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know if I see that happening. I truly don't know. I would like to see it happen. I truly don't know if I do see it happening, though. That's the thing. So, anyway, that is pretty much it, everybody. A lot of tension between Rick and Morales. In all honesty, Rick is staying quiet, mostly. Probably in disbelief of who he's seeing, you know, at the moment. Plus the fact that he is now on the opposite side of that same guy, which, you know, gotta suck to an extent, right? A guy that you once trusted. Not like a whole lot, you know, they weren't ever really a big part of the group, right? But they were there at one point, and actually Morales ended up jumping out with T-Dog, you know, back in Atlanta and beating up the zombie that was chasing after Rick and Glenn, right? So, in a way, he did save Rick's life, right? So, I don't know. I truly don't know what I think of the whole situation, but we will soon find out, and I hope I'm right. I hope he does flip-flop, you know? I could be totally wrong, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, what's going to happen and what you guys want to happen. Those are two different things, so let those two different things be heard. I did an unboxing video yesterday. It's not uploaded on the channel yet. It will be uploaded after this, either tomorrow or just later on today. It's an unboxing video of The Walking Dead Season 7. Limited edition Blu-ray box set, the Spike Walker. Okay, so I did an unboxing of that. Like I said, it is going up very shortly, so look forward to that. It will. I'll leave a link in the description below when it is uploaded, so there will be one down there. Unless you're watching this immediately, which there probably won't be one yet, but there will be a place for it. So keep in mind that that is getting uploaded, as well as Call of Duty World War II is releasing tomorrow worldwide. I cannot wait for it. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to make some videos on Call of Duty World War II. I love Call of Duty, you know. to an extent. You know, it's not necessarily my favorite game of all time, nor is it my favorite game as of late, but World War II looks pretty good, so I'm pretty excited for it, to say the least. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Season 8, Episode 3, Monsters of the Walking Dead. That is it, everybody. That's my predictions. What's going to happen in this episode. Again, very, very vague stuff to go on. We don't have a lot, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys on the next video, and until then, it's been Frost. Take care.